Hello everybody, my name is Warthunder Though. Welcome to my channel. Today the aircraft I would like to present today is the J6K1. This aircraft used to be one of my favorites. It sat at 6.0, amazing turn time of 18 seconds. The armament of this thing is insane. It has two 13.2mm cannons. Um, it has a whopping six 20mm Type 99s. Like, that's insane. And back in the day, this thing used to sit at 6.0. Then it got moved up to 6.3, and then I think it got moved back to 6.0 at some point. And now it is sitting at a battle rating of 6.7. Yeah, this thing has the turn time, but it does not have the speed, in my opinion, to sit at 6.7. And I haven't played it since it got moved to 6.7. And my biggest enemy in this aircraft, even back when I used to fly it a fair amount, was the Su-11. Reason being, this thing had well, first off, it's a jet. Its speed is 940 kilometers an hour, which is insane compared to my 600 and some. Yeah, its turn time isn't as good, so you could probably beat it in a turn fight, but this thing's not going to turn fight you. And when this got moved to 7.3, I was happy because, well, I didn't have to fight this thing in a prop that only moves at 685 kilometers an hour. Yeah, I killed a couple Su-11s, but I got fairly lucky because they tried to turn fight a Japanese fighter, which most people, not to do. So, let's get into a game and see if this aircraft is still effective. From Operation Frost in 2019 and 2020. Um, so we have this map here. Um, and of course there's a MiG-9, there's a Yak-17, Spitfire 22, more MiG-9s, A-21RBs. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a great time. We're fighting America and Germany. We might be able to get some kills on them. However, yeah, this is gonna go one of two ways. At least I'm not the only prop in this game, so that'd be embarrassing. So we're gonna climb and see if we can at least get some height on these guys, but I highly doubt that. So we got some height. We have a guy here that we were gonna engage, but now he's diving, so there's no point in me actually going for him. Now we have a Doe 335 that actually we could take on. This guy looks like he's gonna go down pretty soon. So the only issue I see now, I think that's the 50mm variation of the 262. So hopefully he doesn't come for us. Because if he does hit us, we're pretty much guaranteed to die. That is if he hits us. So we're actually gonna dive down on this F2H, or actually this F3D looks like a very juicy target right now. And okay, I gotta reduce speed. I forgot this thing does not like speed, but it kind of sets us up for this F2H. But again, they're all jets, and we're in a prop. Yeah, there we go. So this thing still packs a punch, 100%. If you hit your target, you're pretty much going to vaporize them, because you got 620 mils. And even if the 13s on this thing hit, you're almost guaranteed to kill with them as well. It's just the 20s, they hit so hard, and there's so many of them all at once. So now we're just gonna slowly make our way over here and see if we can kill that Fokker Wolf. And yeah, I'll see you when we get over there. Alright, we're pulling up to the Focke-Wulf now. We have an SU-9 engaging. Actually, we have a lot of guys engaging. I would at least like to kill the Focke-Wulf. That would be my main goal. But it looks like he's getting lit up. And I miss every single shot I had on him. F2 is dead. I turn and gone. Alright, cool. Now it's just the 262. And if he wants to head on me, that's fine. Because if this is the 50 cal variation, we're just gonna... That was not the 50 cal. Or 50 millimeter, not 50 cal, Jesus. Like I was saying, this thing, it just has such a slow speed. He's already 3 kilometers away. We got a Yak-17 on him. And I don't even know if I'd be able to catch that guy. Well, he's not even on my map anymore. So, if anything interesting happens, I will let you guys know. If not, well, I'll see you in the next game. Well, I guess I'm getting some packet loss. I think the snail is just not feeling it today. Cool. Interesting. Oh, and Italy. So... Oh, and the French. Alright. Cool. And we're just up against the United States. That'll be an interesting match. So I guess we're just going to do what we did last time. We're going to climb a little bit to try to get above them. I mean, this thing does climb pretty well. I usually sit around 15 degrees climb. And I can climb while gaining some speed, at least. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens this game. Alright, so good news for this game. I see some P-51s that we can definitely take on. As for the F-89s, F-80s, and F-8Fs, if they play it right, well, especially the P-51s, if they play it right and they just run from me, I don't really stand a chance. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I'll be able to climb to this guy in time. However, as I was saying, if they just run from me, I'm pretty much boned. Like, I can't do anything to them if they get distance. I don't think I'm going to get this B-29 at all. But you don't know until you try. So I'm just going to pitch up and see if my 620 mils can hit this guy. No. Didn't want to do anything to him, so that's cool, I guess. Although, we can always just try for him again. That was terrible on my part. Just absolutely terrible. I gotta get those fucking... Yeah. Okay. Let's just try to... Nope, I got his wing. I don't know if he's dead or if he's just trying to turn, but I'm hoping he just gains too much speed and rips this aircraft apart, because that would be probably best case scenario for me. Yeah. Yeah, best case scenario, he just gains too much speed and rips apart. Well, that's one down. We have a P-51 on my 6. I can outturn him. I can't outspeed him. I'm hoping this ME-262 5-1 behind. And I think he wants to come for me because I killed his bomber. So we're just gonna... Oh, maybe not. No, he's going for the 262. And as I said, can't keep up. They just have way too much speed over this aircraft. Even even the P-51s. It doesn't even have to be a jet. Just any aircraft at this battle rating can outspeed this plane. If the F-84 wants to go head on, I have not hit a single shot today. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, you gotta love when the 20s don't connect. And let's just try to... Yep, okay, well. See, if I set him on fire, he would have put it out by now, but just the way the cookie crumbles. Welcome to Game 3. I definitely made it back to the runway in that last game. Now we are on the team with Britain, Germany, France, and Italy. I am not the only prop this time, again, thankfully. And it seems like, you know, we're sitting at a better battle rating than just jets. I'm going to aggressively climb a bit. You can climb at a higher angle and still sit at a decent speed. I prefer 15 degrees just because you don't lose as much speed. 20 degrees you can still get up there and hold a decent speed for what this thing can do. We are definitely not going to outclimb any of the Spitfires or anything like that, but let's just hope we can find a couple props on their team to actually have a little bit of fun with and not just get strafed and then have the guy run away for 20 minutes. So I guess I will see you when we get a little closer to the action. So we've kind of made it into, I wouldn't say the fray, but there's a guy right here. And he could easily outspeed me. I'm only gaining on him because he was coming across my flight path. And yeah, he immediately dives for the Spitfire. Or maybe not. He's diving. And he knows he can outrun me. Which really sucks, because I can't do anything to keep up with him unless he gets into a dogfight with the Spitfire. And if the Spitfire stays up here, I might be able to help him out and engage, but the 51 can just run, because he's also not outturning that Spitfire. And there's 0 point in me to dive. Wow. Graceful. Now, this P-51, on the other hand, he might, since I'm a little bit lower, try to engage me. And by the looks of things, yeah, he's gonna try. And he's a smarter player. He's not gonna pull into a turn fight with me, and that just completely kills any chance I have. As you can see, he just pulls away. So yeah, do I think this thing belongs at 6.7? Absolutely not. The P-51 is 6.3, and it just pulls away like nothing. So that's the issue with these Japanese aircraft. They just can't keep up with anything. It doesn't really matter what battle rating you're at. A lot of aircraft can just outspeed most Japanese aircraft, and that's just their fate. But as soon as I pull away, he's ready to turn back and try to catch me, which I honestly might have a better chance at trying to engage someone that's already distracted. And I think the only reason I'm pulling away from him now is because he had to turn, and that's the only reason. So I'm thinking this Yak 15 might be a nice target, although that guy did just kill a teammate. So did he. But we're just gonna keep our speed up and try to catch up with this Yak 15. And we're closing in faster than I thought. Ah, for fuck. Alright. The G... that guy. However, I might be able to, as long as I avoid this 51, might be able to help out a little bit more. Come on, give me the kill. Got him. Now we gotta avoid the 51. And he has speed advantage to stay out of his guns. And that was a miss. Highly, highly unfortunate. However, he's... should be done. Oh! Oh, wow. Wow. I'm so grateful I had a connection loss there. This guy is gonna try to... I gotta be real careful now that there's two of them. Because that really, really messed me up. That connection loss actually messed me up more than anything. He should be dead. Gotta stay out of his gun still. Just gotta bring those flaps into combat. And unfortunately for me, because of that connection error, he's alive, and this G56 is going to kill him. And it's going to be very annoying because this should have been a kill for me. But you know, the snail just did not want to give that to me today. Although if this guy keeps up what he's doing, I should be able to get my nose on and completely destroy his aircraft. Pilot unconscious? No, his whole fucking plane was obliterated. Now I got another P-51, but I'm slow. And slow is not this thing's forte, so we're gonna pay attention to see what this guy's gonna do. He's engaging the 56. I need to climb. I remember when this thing was 6-0, you could easily get up to 3, 4, 5 kills a game. I don't know what happened there. Just missing shots. Classic. But this guy's pretty much dead. Or at least will be dead if I can get my nose on him and actually hit my shots. There we go. I think this thing at 6-3 was a lot better than 6-7. Because as soon as we get that 6-7 range, and we're sitting with the jets, this thing just can't keep up. It can't do very well. But as you can see in a down tier, when we actually get to go up against props, and some jets, yes, I will admit, some jets, it does perform well. But you gotta really pick your battles, which I'm not really doing very well. But I still don't... I still think 6-7 is a little high for this thing. I think when it got moved to 6-3, I do think it was better than getting put to 6-7. Just as I've said, it just everything outspeeds this thing. It can't keep up. Yeah, it has the firepower. Yeah, it has the turn rate. Um, those P-51s should not have even attempted the turn fight, because over time I'm just gonna, yeah, they might get a couple shots on me, but as soon as we get into that fight, just like the Zeros, just like most Japanese aircraft, um, you're just gonna, you're just, the nose of this plane will eventually get on you, um, and you don't want to mess with, you really don't want to mess with 6 20 millimeters on a fighter. That's just bad news for you. That being said, we're going to go land. We're going to get our fuel. We're going to get our ammo. And we're looking at, well, there's only one guy left, and it looks like it may or may not be a bomber. Might just be a fighter bombs or something, but I guess we'll see. So, yeah, this thing is still relevant at least, so that's good. Still has its capabilities and relevance in the game. It's just sad to see an aircraft get moved up and no one wants to play it because it sits at a higher battle rating when it struggled at the lower tier as is. Because even at 6.0 or 6.3, excuse me, it still got outrun by the P-51s and the Spitfires and all that jazz. So we're still seeing the P-51s at, because we're 6.7. I think the only other aircraft that's 6.7 is the Spitfire, the Mark 22. And that used to be, I believe, 7.0 at one point. Not too long ago, actually. But yes, we're going to land, we're going to get up, and we're going to see if we can hunt down that last guy. I think, never mind, I was about to say, I think my prop is about to get missiled. We're trying to find this last guy. Luckily, it's a P-51. But he's probably just going to run out the timer because we only have 3 minutes left. So, I guess that's game. So, us and the teammates have just decided to try to ground pound and try to win the game that way, since the P-51 doesn't want to show up. So we're just going to attempt. And that's another thing I'd love to bring up. This thing is amazing for hitting ground targets. It's so many guns, right? Just eats up the ground targets. Just eats them up. I guess that's game. P-51 didn't want to show up. So, ground targets it is. Oh, that one's already dead. Alright. Oh, that's the J6. Again, one of my favorite planes. It still performs very well, I must say. Gives us a great amount of silver lines, at least. That's another point I'd like to bring up. This plane, it basically grinded the entire Japanese tech tree for me. I think the only aircraft that it did not, geez, I want to say I had all of rank 1 unlocked, and when I got this thing, it grinded out rank 2 all the way down to, I think the T2 is when I really stopped using it. I unlocked the T2, and then the the F-104 came out, the F-1 came out, the Phantom, F-16, the F-4E, the F-15, they all came out. I didn't use the J6 to grind them out. I did use the F-86 a little bit, but hey, this thing is amazing for grinding out a tech tree. as you saw, I pretty much put a big chunk into one of the current aircraft I was researching, and I don't even have a premium account. This thing has some really good boosters if you play well. Do I think it's still relevant at 6.7? Yeah, it does well. Though I would love to see it go back down to 6.3, where it matches the P-51's battle rating, just because it doesn't belong fighting jets. It really doesn't. This thing has 650 cals. It sets things on fire. It's a menace. I love this thing. This is one of my favorite aircraft to use. Um, its turn time is 19 seconds with a top speed of 776. This thing is slightly faster at turning with just slower speed. It doesn't pick up speed very well unless you're in a dive. Excuse me. But I think it still performs pretty well. Um, that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.